How we doing?
Well, how are you?
Excellent. I mean, this is something we've been waiting for a while now. And yesterday we had a bunch of meetings, and I can tell guys were just chomping at the bit to get out there and get to work. So, in general, just a great day of work. Just recapturing the work ethic. That's what this time of year is about, especially early in camp. Is getting back to the intensity of what the drills feel like, introducing them to the different team settings that we're doing. And so I thought that part we definitely did well. And then of course, just, having to like work through a little bit of the kinks, just a little bit rusty, working together, getting our snaps and doing some things like that. But I'll open it up now for any questions.
We kind of saw the dynamic between Deontay and Bryce on the one play on the out route.
Yeah.
What have you seen from them just over the off season and building their chemistry?
I think it's just for Bryce learning this mover. Deontay is a special mover. He's really explosive, really fast through his turns. And so I've watched them just kind of grow that chemistry, and of course, just, getting out here today is another step in building that. And really just a curiosity. You see them just when Bryce's reps are done, he walks right over he's talking to Deontay, to Adam, and just making sure they're on the same page for some of those things.
Last year, Adam caught a lot of passes.
Yeah.
Within 3-4 yards of the line of scrimmage. Is that something you'd like to see him expand, just so teams are game planning for that?
Yeah, there'll be a mix of different things, and I think his skill set, he showed kind of, over the past years, he showed an ability to win outside and win inside. So we're really counting on that from him. He gives us a lot of flexibility with what we can do, especially in our situational passes, so it'll be a mix of stuff.
When healthy, ideally, what would you like the rotation of running back to look like?
I don't want to really share that part of it. I want to see them all. Work hard. I want to see them run the runs the way they're supposed to be. How they're blocked, the tempo, the different things. So we'll expose them all, especially as we go through this first 8 practices. Really is when we get through our full install. So I'm really excited to see the different guys and how they really come to life in the different run styles.
How important is it to establish that identity in the running game early?
Huge. Right, so today, just right to the fundamentals, right to the basics and the core of our run game, making sure we're running at the right looks, making sure that everyone's tied in from the wide receivers all the way through the offensive line, and of course the backs are in that mix, and on the other side as well, on the defensive side, is watching our defense really be able to stop the run with that core 7, and then our safeties get involved. And so I saw them really eager to fit those runs up today. The defense looked great against a lot of those looks. I think we only might have popped one out of there, and I'm sure they'll get that corrected here.
Dave, when you talk about 2.7 seconds, one Bryce to get the ball out quick, as his coach, his play caller, somebody who's working with him a lot, how do you also not let him rush his forward in his processing? What else goes into getting the ball out quick?
Yeah, I think you said it, trusting your footwork, and my footwork takes me on time to number 1 in progression. And from there, you got to have a sense where the pocket is going to start to fall apart at some point. And the thing that I love the most, my favorite part about today, is Bryce and Andy finding the check down to the back, finding the short route that takes you. Once I'm off my timing, where's my outlet? And we got a couple of those. Probably you noticed a few of the balls going to the backs and the sideline and some of our options there. So we tell them, don't get hung up on one, move on to your next part of it. Now we're moving to find a check down. So I think we're on the right track there.
What's going on with DJ Johnson?
DJ just had an illness, so we're trying to just work him back in, being smart about it. So until he feels physically ready to handle the load, we don't want it to mount up on him. We're going to try to get him to a strong point, and then we'll get him out there.
Piggybacking on the tight end position and the check downs that you were talking about, I know it's early and I know it's day one, but given the offseason, the chemistry, the rhythm, and the new guys in rookie camp coming through, how has Bryce and both Andy, when that pocket does break down, started to familiarize themselves and be comfortable with not just looking at a running back, but also at that tight end position?
Yeah, it's great, and I think that's always a challenge. As we build our offense, we really try to feature someone, and for us right now, where's Deontay Johnson at? And we have our progressions, and we're going to move him around in formation, but the rest of the guys have to come alive as the coverages dictate it, and so, but I think it's great. In terms of tendencies are okay as long as you have them, because the defense is going to be looking for someone, and that opens up everything else. So I think the patience for the quarterbacks of just going through progressions, finding the next guy, the receivers, the tight ends will come alive after that.
Hey Dave, what was first training camp practice as a head coach? What was today like for you?
Oh, it was great. It's such a challenge for me. I had an amazing opportunity this summer to spend some time with Tony Dungy, who's one of my mentors, talk to Pete Carroll on the phone, and just kind of asked him, what to expect. And I think the part that made me a little anxious is I know that I can't walk into this with 30 years of head coaching experience to be able to see everything, but I want to just continue to challenge myself to see it all. See what's happening, not just on the offensive side. For sure, that's what I'm here to make sure we step out on a good foot, but to see what's happening on the defensive side, how it's all fitting in. Spending time with special teams. We had some great periods out there where we're teaching fundamentals, which are going to be critical. So I think more and more, how much can I see on any given play? But I think in general, I was just really excited, really humbled, and really grateful to have this opportunity and to really feel supported by a staff of amazing coaches and by a bunch of players who are hungry to do something this year.
Were there particular things Dungy and Pete told you about what it was going to be like for the first time?
Just there's things you're not going to be able to anticipate that may happen and may come from different areas of the program, things that you're going to have to be able to in stride kind of handle and answer and then get back to the football. Handle it, answer it, get back to the football. So I take the reminder is continue to get back to the football part of it so that all the other things don't detract from what we're trying to get done.
You address competition. What did you tell the guys coming to the camp?
Oh, it's cool. I just see a focus and an eagerness for them. And my encouragement and the thing that is a big part of what I have to do to teach this team is we're not competing against each other. We're not competing against another team. We're competing to find our best on a daily basis. So if we can come with that focus, if every guy, every position group, every offense, defense, special teams, and then as a team, if we're competing to find our best, I think that's when you make the most progress versus looking side to side. Picture the Olympics in a 100-meter dash. You can't look side to side. You're trying to run your fastest, your best race. So trying to create that mentality.
Dave, how important is it for guys like Boodle or Jameson to really make an impression these first week or two before you guys really start to look at other options to add to that group?
It's a great opportunity, right? Just with the depth at corner. These guys are going to get a lot of opportunities to show us what they can do. They had a great spring. Just looking for them to keep building on that.
What does Xavier Legette bring to this offense, and what's realistic as far as his timeline to maybe get more reps and get more opportunities?
He brings a massive receiver, explosive ability. He can make things happen on short passes. He can stretch the field and go get it. My expectation for Xavier, I'm wide open. I'm wide open to how quickly he can really assimilate himself into this offense and pick it up so that he has just kind of a rhythmic flow for what he's doing. And so I don't have any specific numbers or anything like that. I just want him to get better one day at a time. Same message as we just kind of talked about, and I'm open to whatever that looks like.
How have you broken up this camp in terms of, you just shared the first 8 practices to get through install, the timing on what you would like to accomplish over the next few weeks?
Yeah, so the core of our systems, right? Making sure we get those taught. But while we're doing that, we definitely, because time is of the essence, we definitely as a staff have to hone in on where do our players look most comfortable. Where are they playing the fastest? Those runs, those passes, those coverages, those pressures, those are the things we will become. My message to the teams, we will become us at some point in this camp. They'll feel it. They'll feel the comfort. They'll feel the aggression. They'll feel the attack mindset in the things they're comfortable with. So the teaching part, yes, but also we really got to start to hone in on those things that are going to make us who we are.
Dave, you addressed the fans before practice today. Curious your thoughts and feelings on your first training camp practice also being the first practice at this new practice field with the fans out here.
Oh, it's great. I mean, I wasn't here to experience Wofford. So for me, I've been kind of spoiled that in Seattle and Tampa. And then here we're hosting training camp right in our facility. And I just think about the advantage of it is for our community as well, to be able to come, to be around us, creating those moments for our guys, and even just like at the end of practice, bringing them up for 2 last plays. Guys, can we have that reset mentality regardless of what's happening around us? I love the noise. I love the music. I love the fans being here so that they can just lock in and execute and do their job at the highest level at any part of our practice because we want to bring finish. But it was really cool. It was really cool to address the fans beforehand, to just see the faces, to see the people that are pulling for us, and just to know that, again, what is it going to be all about? It's just getting our football right, and making sure that we're bringing a product every day where we're improving.
Not having pads on yet,
Yeah.
from trench play, what do you want to see from the offensive line? What do you want to see from the pass rush and the defensive front at these first week of practices?
First and foremost, communication. I want to hear them talking more. I heard some good communication today, but that needs to go up a level every day. So as we get our calls, as formations change, the defensive front has to communicate. The back half is tied into that as well. And then offensively, getting our combinations the way they need to be, getting our protections aligned. Because if we can start off if you can start the play on the same page, you have a chance to leverage the different plays to be successful. So that communication is really what I'm looking for the big guys up front right now.
I'm just curious, what
Yeah.
daily evaluation process?
Yeah. Yeah, so right now what it'll be is the staff's getting together, evaluating the film, making sure that we're correcting our scheme. We bring the players back, and then we'll watch the film together as a group. Then we break up and we start to introduce the next day's install. We walk through it this evening, and then hopefully when we come in the morning, the meetings are shorter, but we're ready to go. The thing we try to sell to our guys is we want to have reviews, not installs. So these are things that we've given the guys to last night to start preparing for the next couple of days. So that's kind of what the evaluation and then of course every evening, the staff just kind of coming together, talking about our roster and just where everybody kind of fits in at on a daily basis.
All right, thank you, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thank you.